know, is always busy. He always is bringing some new information to the family. And I'm proud to say that this upcoming weekend, rather, the brother is conducting two events. One is going to be a teleconference, and that is taking place on Saturday from the hours of 2 to 3:30, and then we have a lecture taking place at the next day at 3 to 7 p.m. And when Dr. Delbert Blair comes on, we'll have him speak into further detail about the upcoming lectures. Okay. Now, the first offering that he has for the family is going to be entitled "The Amazing Events Happening in and Around the Earth Now," and we will briefly speak on that tonight. Okay. So we'll be touching on such topics such as the acts of nature that are taking place, the Mexican volcano, Popocatépetl, and the supermoon, as well as other occurrences that have been taking place. If anybody is familiar with the news cycle, then you know personally that there are a plethora of events that are happening all over the planet. There are a whole lot of things that are going on simultaneously, and unfortunately, for some people, they are only being exposed to a limited amount of information or a limited amount of news stories that are taking place, you know what I mean, around the world. All right, a lot of people are focused on the Trayvon Martin. A lot of people are focused on Paula Dean. A lot of people are focused on Aaron Hernandez, the murder case with the football player. A lot of people are focused on the BET Awards and what people wore and, what they didn't wear. You know what I'm saying? Like high heels and stuff like that. So there's a lot of distractions out there. There are definitely a ton of smoke screens that are out there. So, we are honored to have one of our premier researchers to come on the show tonight to pull the curtains back and to expose the news that you definitely won't hear or see on CNN or Fox 5. Okay, this is definitely not quote unquote what is considered mainstream news. Okay, so the second offering that the brother has that he will be doing as a lecture is things everybody needs to know metaphysically but don't. And that title in itself should, it's very interesting, and that should speak to, what he'll be bringing in that lecture. All right, brother Dr. Delbert Blair domiciles in Chicago, Illinois, and the lecture that he was going to be doing is going to take place in Chicago, Illinois, and as soon as he calls in, we'll be able to get the address and everything. All of the specifics will be handled in a few minutes. All right, family? So this is what we're going to do real quick. I am going to play a quick spoken word piece that blew me away when I heard it. Shout out to this lovely poetic genius by the name of Jasmine Mans. She is, when I heard this, the hairs on my arms stood up. You know what I mean? She is a wordsmith to the 10th degree. So I definitely want to share her wisdom. I want to share her talents. I want to share these gems that she's dropping with the family. So let's listen to this selection, and then we're going to get into the show for the night. All right? The name of this entry is called You Gon' Get This Work.
So the album starts off like this, ladies and gentlemen.
I know niggas in hymn boots that'll stomp your face through a fucking floor. prisons that got bars that are better than yours. You know, I would say I'm sunning you bastards, but if it was left up to me, you would have been gone by the morning after. If Assata Shakur broke out of prison, why would I respect a nigga doing a bitch sentence for no snitching? You got your niggas out here dying deaths, bloodier than Christ, yet not even worth half the sacrifice. If Malcolm killed for freedom, why would I respect you niggas out here killing for bragging rights? You females are MC, yeah, but you have to light. All you do is rap about your pussy, so your walls and your rhymes are half as tight. You the baddest bitch, yeah, all the bark, but half the bite. Never needed Martin to tell me that 1,000,000 men weren't made to march to Maybach music. There is no secondary to revolutionary, so I put Calvary in my vocabulary, and if I'm my father's child, then fuck it, my resurrection is hereditary. All you niggas talk about is pussy, clothes, and gunplay, but God so loved the world that he sent me to spit you on Easter Sunday. Your reign is over, nigga. It's his son's day. Don't make it rain if you can't make shit grow. Don't say you love your hood but can't spit a 16 about hope. Don't say you believe in God if you the same nigga who gained the whole world for the price of your soul. Don't say that numbers don't lie if they made you believe that you could put a price on your soul. And all you got to show for yourself is a body full of tattoos and nice clothes. Answer me this. Is a fly nigga really a fly nigga if no one's around to see him when the curtains close? Or do niggas who say they get bitches really get bitches if all he fucks is hoes? And if niggas who say they get bitches really get bitches like they say they get bitches, then chances are that nigga probably got fleas and he may be mistaking his rhymes for being sick with HIV, but these niggas are immune to the system and blood tested in the street. He'd rather beat his blues over the concrete. He's positive. Easy-E. But before the results came out, he died in his chucks and his dickies. Congrats, nigga. Your dick may be long, but that's the only thing about you that's deep. The most harmful thing in the world is a nigga with a microphone whose mind is weak. If it takes a village to raise a child, it's funny how you made millions and niggas back at home are still dying right on your street. It's because niggas like you have never been man in a mirror enough to watch what you speak. You ain't drop out of school because you needed to hustle. You dropped out of school because you couldn't read. You were sick of niggas clowning you in Block C. Now you're a rich fellow who makes fun of regular niggas with college degrees, but the difference between the man you are and the men they are is that they can read their children bedtime stories. Ignorant is the man who thinks he's winning but can't pronounce the credits on his own CD or the tags on his own clothes. I get it, you niggas should stick to polo. It's only 2 syllables. You know, I always pictured Kanye with one of Carol's daughters. Never a fucking Kardashian, but shit, nowadays even Carol's daughters don't even look African. If God forgives and you don't, that makes you half the man, yet all the sin. But I guess there's no point of believing in God if you can't see him. And if he's small enough to wear around your neck, I see why you niggas think that you can be him. You niggas mistake heaven for being rich, real weight for being a clip, honesty for being a snitch. Soon, you won't even be able to tell the difference between your daughter and your bitch.
Oh, this is work. He said, dip my boy and go, put my boy in go, make my boy go. Dip my boy and go. He said, dip my boy and go. Put my boy in go. Make my boy go. Dip my boy and go.
And God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son to Jacob the jeweler said, dip my boy in gold, put some rubies in his teeth, put him on the neck of every rapper, and make sure they spew hatred when they speak. Chop my boy's head off, convince them they only need their Jesus in a piece. Put that good hair on a nigga, that one be yaki, medallionize my boy, make him a size that's chewable, blind him. A nigga can't see past anything that blinks, blind him. Make it impossible for him to see how he's destroying his community. Blind him, make him believe that he is too fly for his image to be a mere picture of me. Blind him, give that nigga something that'll hang. Some sinners will come to you, Jacob, and ask for truth.
Shout out to HCP.com, 1 through 9, knowledge born. Let's go, let's go.
He said, dip my boy and go. Put my boy and go. Make my boy go. Dip my boy and go. He said, dip my boy and go. Put my boy and go. Make my boy go. Dip my boy and go.
And God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son to Jacob. The jeweler said, dip my boy in gold, put some rubies in his teeth, put him on the neck of every rapper, and make sure they spew hatred when they speak. Chop my boy's head off, convince them they only need their Jesus in a piece. Put that good hair on a nigga, that one be yaki, medallionize my boy, make him a size that's chewable. Blind him, a nigga can't see past anything that blings. Blind him, make it impossible for him to see how he's destroying his.
All right, family. Without any further ado, caller from the 708-422. Peace. Peace. Welcome to Know the Ledge Radio. Dr. Blair.
Hello. Peace. Brother Blair.
Hello.
Brother Red Pill. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, loud and clear.
Yes, man. There's a lot of things going on here in Chicago, Illinois. I guess everybody's heard. And, of course, we've been a victim here of some of these rains over the last 34 days. You know, they said 40 days and 40 nights things would change. Well, we're getting on that mark. We had a couple of days of reprieve again yesterday, of course, with the celebration, those who do celebrate, of course, of the freedom from the British. I think we're still oppressed, so I don't get too hopped up about that. But either way, we're here and you're here, and it's always beautiful, man. How are things going in your section of the world?
Oh, everything is beautiful. I am in sunny Florida right now. Miami to be exact. Yeah, I'm on that grid right here on the bottom of the map is what they affectionately call it. So things are cool down here, weather-wise, energy-wise, and things of that nature. We're almost oblivious to the weather patterns that are taking place on the East Coast. I've been hearing about it, but you know, it's not really affecting this area right here.
Well, you're very blessed, and may the blessings continue to rain upon you. That's for sure.
Yeah, I saw somebody post on Facebook. Is it summertime still? Could somebody tell the sun that, you know, people in New York, you know, that we still believe in the summer? So I'm assuming that they're not experiencing the weather that's indicative of the summertime, and I definitely feel sorry for them.
Well, I clearly understand that, but most of our planet is experiencing a different kind of weather front, a different type of concentration of energies, and mainly, again, a different spraying and all going on in our heavens. So it's not surprising to that. And, of course, as I've stated before, and I sincerely hope I am wrong, this is the year of death. And it will be balanced out next year when people begin to get more psychic and do more things like X-Men and X-Women and all this kind of thing. But this is a year of death. It's a year of balance to get those souls who cannot progress back to the consciousness that will help them possess, and those who are tired of it again to go on forward. So different patterns, different vibrations are affecting different people differently. But one thing is for sure, you're going to see a lot of people getting very sick, a lot of people being very upset mentally, physically, and spiritually, and a lot of things they're fighting. And it also said, too, World War III is already